you doing? Welcome to the YouTube channel. Today's video we are going to go over charts, right? This is for beginners, people that don't know anything about charting, trading, or anything like that. This is for you. We're gonna go over charts and just go over everything bit by bit. Show you how to set it up, the proper charts to use, why you need to use them. We're gonna go into all that today. Let's get into it. Open your TD Ameritrade account. When you open your TD Ameritrade account and you have your TOS chart set up here, so you will see something that looks like this, right? This is, people trade with just this chart. I think you can still trade with it, but I don't think, in my opinion, I don't think it's the best one to use to trade. Just because I find it a little bit hard to read. I mean, you can kind of see the pattern kind of going up here, but I just find this a little bit hard to read. So to make things easier for me, what I usually like to do is to go to settings. This is for the brand new people that want to set up their chart, right? So you go to settings and you go to appearance, and then you go right on top here and click on Heikin Ashi. This is the best candlestick that I like to use, and I will show you why that is in a moment. And then you can fill it in if you want. And for illustration purposes, I'm gonna leave the wicks on, but I usually don't like to leave the wicks on. Let's just do something different. Let's change this out. So let's do a quick analysis here as compared to using this as compared to what it was like before, right? This is what it was like before, just using the regular candlesticks. Let's look at this same area right here. You see the difference between using Heikin Ashi chart as compared to just the regular candlesticks. So right here we can see that there's a downtrend here. It pushed up and then it started coming back down, but on its way down we were just seeing green candles. So we really don't know what is actually going on unless you look at the volume here. See that, okay, the volume is pretty much high and it's been red, and then we have a nice green candle here, and then just basically green and red. But this is choppy, right? This is too choppy for me. I don't like to trade with using this. So what I usually would do is go to appearance. Go to this setting wheel here and go to appearance, change this to Heikin Ashi, because I believe this is the best candlestick to trade with. So you leave it at that. As you can see here, is a lot easier on the eye to see that this is a downwards trend, right? And then here too, it's easier to see that this is a downwards trend as compared to what it was like before. And then we can see here that we see a nice push up, came down a little bit, and then continue the upwards trend. So that's the basic gist with the Heikin Ashi candlesticks. This is truly the best one to use in my opinion. I usually don't use anything else apart from Heikin Ashi candlesticks, because I believe that that's the best one to use. Now, what are these candles, right? How do you read these candles, right? So each candle means different things. They also have different names. I will leave articles in the description for you to read, but each of these candles, they have different names. Some of them are called doji. Okay, let me just explain. Okay, so what happened is, usually when the stock open, you can say this is the highest price of the stock at that day, right? This is the highest price, and then it came down to up to this bottom part, then went up basically close here. So open, close, and the price go as low as this point, right? So that's basically my take. This is how I look at this is how I look at candlesticks when I'm trading. So usually when you see little candles like this, usually signify like a change in trend. So that, like that means most likely the stock has reversed, the trend has reversed. So when you see small candles like this, that's what that means. Same thing with this ones. Basically, they all basically mean the same thing as well. And here too. So when you see this candles whereby the body part of it, it's really small, and the wicks are really huge, it usually would mean a big change in trend. Like this one here means a change in trend. This one here means a change in trend. So when you see the ones that are going from red to green, let's say like this one now, this one is green. So usually what that means is the next candle most likely would be red. And then we see what happened. And then obviously right off the bat, this change trend, but we did not see any doji candle, right? So so that's that is that with this topic. I like using Heikin Ashi chart because it's a lot easier. Now let me show you this on a smaller time frame. Let me move myself up here. So looking at this on a smaller time frame, you can obviously see what's going on with the trend right here. You can obviously see that in the morning, during the morning hours on Friday, when the market opened, we had a pretty strong change in trend here with a nice volume. And at the same time too, here too, there was a pretty big volume here, big candle, and then it started pushing up, then it slows down. That's the thing with trading, right? When you're trading, most of the time the stock price will run up. First couple of candles, maybe 2 or 3 candles, it will run up, and then after a while the stock would take a break, right? I'm kind of pretend as if it wants to go down. I would say it's the market makers that are doing that, trying to like shake people off the market. So usually what you would do is you use all the other tools that I've done videos on. I have a video, you can click on the cards above to see some of the videos that I've done explaining these things. So so when the trend changes like that, when you see candles like this, you just wanna, because this is a change of trend candle, right? It's called a doji. Like the volume on it is pretty high, the volume on it is pretty high, so most likely I would still keep it. I would still keep it because the volume is high, and that's exactly what happened. It pushed up from two right here before it took a nice push downwards. But yeah, this is why I like to use Heikin Ashi. Let me show you this again. Here, this is the regular one. So okay, before we even get to that, right here, these are all the different type of charts that you can use. Let's start with this one. This one is bar. So some people like to trade with this because they understand it. Everybody likes to trade with different things, right? Everybody have different ways of trading because they just understand it, right? For someone, this might make sense for them to trade with this. Maybe it makes sense for them to trade with it, but for me it don't, because I don't necessarily get what's going on here. Let's look at the next one. The next one is candlesticks. This is the ones that mainly comes with normal stock trading chart, which is like this TD Ameritrade. This is the one that comes with it. I personally don't like using this because it's hard to be able to tell. I mean, you can tell that, okay, this is flat area. When you see this nice push down, you can get in here and wait, and maybe just get out here, but what I like to do when I trade is I like to try to be in the trade throughout the whole move, like trying to catch the whole move of the trade. so that's why I don't use this. And then the next if we're gonna load up here, the next candles, this one, I don't know what this would look like. I've never really seen this one. Candle trend, okay. Well, I guess it's not much of a difference. So let's check out the next one, because I like to show everything. We're gonna get to this, but this is the lines. Let's look at the lines. I think most people know what the lines are. Came down, start going up, and then here maybe you could have done a nice short here. The lines are not really too bad, actually. This is not too bad to look at, but I still don't like to trade with this because it's still not easy on the eye to look at, right? So the next one we have is aerial. So let's look at this and see what we have here. So we can see it's same thing. It's just lines, but it's filled in here. I don't know how people can trade with this. Some people trade with it, but I can't. Let's look at the next one. Okay, so this is the next one that they have. Now again, some people will be able to trade with this. I can't trade with this because I don't understand what the hell is going on in here. So let's go back to my favorite one, which is a Japanese style one. It's called Heikin Ashi. This one right here, Heikin Ashi. So now when I use this, right, I like to take off the wicks, right? I like to take off the wicks because it's just cleaner. It's cleaner and it's easier on the eye, and it helps you just stay in the trade longer. If you just starting trading brand new, you want to put yourself in a position where most of the time when you're trading, you're trying to capture the whole entire move of a trade. You're not trying to get scared and get faked out of a trade. You want to try to capture the whole entire move of the trade. So usually, you see how clean this looks? You see how clean this looks as compared to all the ones that we just looked at? This is so clean. Like when the market opened, nice big volume here. See the volume is pretty big, huge volume. Nice big candle, and then pushed up a couple of candles. Wait, we'll see what happened here. Usually with a candle like this, a small one, what I would do next is to look at volume, look at TT squeeze. I'm going to be doing more videos on that, so this is just step-by-step videos for beginners. Yeah, so usually like this one right here, most likely I'll probably still stay in because the volume is pretty high. And then as in the next couple candles are pushed up. So now this one, I would wait and see what would happen. As you see the volume dying down, so I'll wait to see what would happen. And then once I see this first red candle, I'm out of the trade. Now, going in from here all the way to like this first red candle, you can tell that this is a pretty good trade. And then if you are able to get back in on this second one, you can take all this down, and that was a pretty good trade as well. And like that was like the first 3 hours. Yeah, the first 3 hours of the day, you would have made pretty good money for the day, and you're done. Because as you can see on this chart, we had a pretty big move right here, and then we have a second big move here. Then everything was just kind of like choppy throughout the day. Maybe you could have traded this one, but it's pretty much gone by the end of the day. So okay, so let me go into Investopedia and show you a better definition of how this candle works, so you can have a more sharp idea of why this is a really good candlestick to use. I'll link this website in the description for you guys for you to check it out if you want to check it out. If you want to read up on Heikin Ashi, how it works, why it works. If you want to look up the formula for those people that they into researching things. Let me play this video for you so you can see what it is about this chart that makes it great. So let's see if we can get into the video. So let's start the video here so we can get a nice explanation of how this works.
The Heikin Ashi technique modifies the open, high, low, close series that most candlestick charts use, thus making trends easier to spot. While it's constructed like a regular candlestick, the technique's formula is close, open, high, low. The user defines the time series depending on the type of chart desired. Down days are filled bars, while up days are hollow. The technique is most commonly used with equity and commodity markets. Here's what a normal candlestick chart looks like, and a Heikin Ashi chart. Heikin Ashi charts provide 5 primary signals that identify trends and buying opportunities. Hollow candles with no lower shadows indicate a strong uptrend and the time to let profits ride. Hollow candles signify an uptrend, which is a good time to add to long positions and exit shorts. When upper and lower shadows surround one small candle, it indicates a trend change. Risk lovers might buy or sell, while others will wait for confirmation. Filled candles indicate a downtrend and mean that it's time to add to short positions and exit longs. And filled candles with no higher shadows indicate a strong downtrend. Stay short until a new trend appears.
So yeah, hopefully you get and understand what that is saying. Heikin Ashi chart just makes things things a lot easier for you. Like for example, what they were saying about when it's going down, you can add to a short position. Like for example, let's say you took the trade at this candle when the trend changed up here. Let's say you enter the trade here, and then you seen this choppy session here. Then this happened. On this candle, you can enter another trade because it's a very bullish candle. And then we can see that the volume as well. The volume is kind of forming like a U shape, right? It's forming a U shape here. So usually what that means is, you see, as it's coming down, the volume is kind of picking up, like the volume came down and then it started kind of trending upwards all the way towards the end of the trade right here until we saw this big green. So you can add to the position here, so you can profit going down, so that would be it for this chart. To put it on, you just have to hit the circle button here on TD Ameritrade, and you go to appearance, and you go to here, you change from candlestick to Heikin Ashi, and you click OK. Actually, let me show you again. TD is a little bit slow today because it's TD. So you can take this off to take off the wicks. Take off the wicks. I don't really like to use the wicks because they can be a little bit confusing. I hope you find that video, that lecture, insightful. I hope you've learned something. I use the Heikin Ashi chart because I really like using it. It's simple on the eye to use. Any tools that you can use in trading that can help you get, that can make your trading easier to see what's going on. Please subscribe, like this video, and stick around. I have lots more. I have a lot of trading content planned for you guys, so please stick around, subscribe. I would love to have you around, and until next time, stay well and stick around. Thank you. Love you all. Bye.